duties namin sa DOJ, duties ng DOT, ng PNP, ng internet intermediaries, ng financial institution, everyone. Everyone has a duty or responsibilities under the Anti-Trafficking in Person Act. But this one, we will focus on the duties of tourism enterprise. Okay, what are the responsibilities of a tourism enterprise? So first, okay, under Section 147 yan, and in case you want to check, or Section 147 of Republic Act 11862, yung pinaka-latest. So the first duty of a tourism enterprise is to notify the DSWD, the DOJ, DOLE, PNP, or the NBI within 48 hours from obtaining facts and circumstances that trafficking in person, including child trafficking or sexual exploitation of children, is being committed in their enterprise. So remember, trafficking in person. So yung kanina na minention ko about may nakita lang, pwede naman mag-notify, but it's not part of your responsibility. Kasi ito, nag-focus siya ang trafficking eh. So mas mahirap siya kasi you have to prove the 3 elements. Yung isa kasi under RA 7610, makita mo lang na magkasama sila sa hotel, di ba? But this one, it's limited to trafficking or sexual, child trafficking or sexual exploitation is being committed. Okay? Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, okay. So this is the first responsibility. You have to notify if a suspected TIP case is happening or is being committed in your premises. Now, remember before, yung pinaka-first na acts of promoting trafficking, yung knowingly or knowingly leasing or subleasing or use or allowing to use your property for the purpose of promoting trafficking in person. Yan, di ba sabi namin we have to prove, the prosecutor has to prove that the tourism enterprise has knowledge. But here, the law said we do not have to prove that you have knowledge because there's already conclusive presumption of knowledge when there is a public display of any form of child pornographic materials within their premises. Okay, so, for example, within your area, or even yan, sa mga internet cafes, diba, or whatever, may mga pictures, CSAM pictures, or child pornographic materials, that's already a conclusive presumption. We are no longer required to prove it kasi nandyan na siya. So you can be immediately convicted as long as we show na pinapagamit mo yung property mo to an offender who is committing trafficking in person. Regardless of whether or not you know na ginagamit siya for TIP. So that's the conclusive presumption under the law. The next responsibility of a tourism enterprise, you have to post notice containing the details of TIP hotline in a conspicuous place. So marami akong nakikita nito sa mga accommodation sector. Yan. Sa restaurants, wala masyado. Yan. Near the public entrance, inside restrooms, elevators, parking areas of the establishments, and any other conspicuous locations, yung makikita kaagad ng tao, where similar notices are customarily posted in clear view of the public and employees. Next one, engage in anti-trafficking advocacy as part of your corporate responsibility. Third one, fourth, develop anti-trafficking tourism policy in accordance with guidelines from IACAT and the DOT. So I don't know kung meron na bang guidelines from the DOT on this one. We can ask DOT later. And then this is not really a responsibility of the tourism enterprise, but the LGU. These requirements should be made part by the local government for accreditation and for the issuance of business permit to operate. So, you check, I don't know if this has been made part of the requirements na for the issuance of business permit. Okay? So, what are the responsibilities specifically for hotels, transient and residential houses, condominium, dormitories and apartments, or any analogous living spaces. Okay, so not limited to hotels. So all owners, lessors, sublessors, operators of hotels, residential homes and dwellings offered for transient use, condominiums, dormitories, apartments, or any analogous living spaces shall have the responsibility to notify the PNP or NBI. So unlike yung kanina na may DSWD, meron pang what else? DOJ, and DOLE, this one you just need to notify the PNP or NBI not later than 48 hours from obtaining facts and circumstances that trafficking in person or OSAEC, online sexual abuse and exploitation of children activities are being committed within your premises. Okay, this one, unlike yung earlier discussion, actual knowledge required for prosecution under this act. Okay, so this is applicable to accommodation, the accommodation sector. Ito talaga may actual knowledge, okay? So, yung example, that's why yung example ko kanina, yung mga internet cafes, not the accommodation sector. Kasi how can you check one by one the rules, diba? So, yan. So, actual knowledge needs to be, is required before the hotels or any other analogous living spaces, the owners can be held liable for acts promoting trafficking in person. So those are the responsibilities of the tourism enterprise. So what's the penalty for violation of these responsibilities listed under RA 11862? First offense is a fine of 2 million to 5 million. Yan. So, comply na lang tayo. Second offense is a fine of 2 million to 5 million, revocation of franchise, and license to operate without prejudice to criminal liability. Yan. And the next one, eto siya, if it is proved that there's a willful and intentional violation of the duties and responsibilities. For example, alam mo, diba? It's very obvious but you did not report. Okay? Or you did not, willful violation talaga, you don't want to post notices. Yung mga ganyan. Okay? Willful violation, meaning with intent, criminal intent that you do not want to follow. Ayan, 6 years imprisonment plus a fine of 500,000. That's in addition to the first and second offense. Okay? So that's a penalty for violation. Okay, so this is the last discussion before I entertain questions, just in case you have any clarification. So red flag indicators. First one, this was discussed already. So in an accommodation facility, a person who keeps in his company a minor, diba? Or 10 years or more his junior in any public or private place. Yan siya. So, one red flag indicator, we can check the ID if you're allowed to check the ID. Second one, this one is applicable to my lecture sa Davao International Airport. Yan, a child below 15 traveling alone or with a person other than his parents without a permit from the CSWDO. Diba, when you go to the airport, usually merong seat yan, merong table si CSWDO so that you can get a travel permit. Ayan. Next, a child traveling alone to a foreign country or with a person other than his parents. his or her parents or legal guardian without the required travel clearance from DSWD. Ayan, so kung international travel, yung clearance dapat with DSWD. Pag local travel, dapat with CSWDO. Okay? Okay, yan. Use of fake identification or falsified documents. Signs that the child has been coached. Okay, letting others speak for them or looking at others before they speak. Yan. I'm sure kayo na nasa tourism enterprise, you have a lot of red flag indicators. You can actually share them later para at least we will know also. Kasi minsan, sa amin, alam lang kasi namin kung ano yung nire-refer sa amin for case build-up. Minsan kasi hanggang nandyan na lang siya sa, diba, sa inyo. So you can also share later what are the other red flag indicators. Ayan. Living in poverty, diba? But the child is in possession of unexplained large amount of cash, hotel keys, multiple cell phones, or apps. Yan. So, those are the red flag indicators. The list is not exclusive. So, ayan, meron pang other, that you can share later. So, what can you do in case of potential trafficking situation? Okay, so you always separate the potential victims from the suspected trafficker. And then, it should be the law enforcers who will deal with a suspected trafficker. Of course, it's not you. And you will always be protected by the law. Yeah. And then you coordinate with social workers, if you know one. And this is our hotline. So if you suspect of any trafficking in persons case or a SAEC case, you can call our hotline.